And we're back, lords and ladies,
Just say
to
the word.
Pillars of Eternity with me, Cornish-Knight, as we press on with our adventures. Now, I'm just trying to remember if willpower is... I think willpower is used for her. Let me just check. There's will... Will defense pose attacks... That meant... Yeah, okay, it's the mentally based spell one. Sorry, basically what had happened is I have forgotten to save my earlier save when I was at this point in the last episode. So I've just had to get back to here, as it were, which is a bit of annoyance, but still,
Just say the word.
can't be helped. Everyone's fairly okay, except for Rose. She's a little bit more hurt than she was originally, but we should be okay. Now let's press on. We are down in the crypts of the Temple of Eophas to find the bodies of missing priests, so... That leads out here. Right.
Just say the word.
I'm going to try and clear out these side chambers just in case there's a bunch of enemies or something.
Huh? Just say the word.
Okay, there's a lot of them. You attack that one. You guys go in against these. The rest of you beat on this guy. Hit your ability. Ah, this hasn't gone well at all. Right, beat on him. Everyone keep on beating. Ah, he fell unconscious.
Just say the word.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm not going to lie, I messed up royally there.
Leave it to me.
Yep, really messed up royally. Right. It is not within our nature to forgive, but we seek redemption, seek a long and winding path, a road which takes us down into the very hollow of our soul and asks us to reflect upon the fractured aspects of ourselves. Right, okay.
Just say the word.
He's in a bad way. I might have to camp.
Leave it to me.
I should have been a bit more careful. I should have been a bit more careful, in all honesty. I'm going to switch out the rotation.
Of course.
Just say the word.
There we go. Because he's a bit hurt. I'll keep him in the back for the time being. Right. Right or left? Let's go with the left door. Look, no. Everyone get here. Yep, here we go. Right, okay, here we go. There's a threat to hit us, so out comes this. You start wailing on them. There's no point you trying to blind them because they can't see anything. I don't think it will work because these guys are ghosts. We can just continue to smack on them. Right, so they're dead. Which is nice.
Not a problem.
Right. There's a valve here, okay. You hear grinding noise beneath your feet and the rush of water. Okay, the water level has gone down. That's good to know. Ooh, lesser black oozes. Okay, yeah, that's not great. These are lesser black oozes. Actually, wait, I'll hit him with a... get down here. Ah, they're immune. Right. Let's get that down. Focus on it. Don't let it past. It got past. Okay, that's not great. Okay, keep focusing on it.
Say the word.
Man, that wasn't great. Yeah, oozes, never fun.
Yeah.
I should have been a bit more on top of that, in all honesty. It was a bit sluggish. I should have been popping off my abilities a bit more. Glimmering silver key. This large silver key catches the light, strangely seeming to glow. Okay.
Just say the word.
I'm gonna have to rest at some point. My guy's getting tired. That unlocks that door. So what's in here? More ghosts. A lot more ghosts. Okay. Yeah, let's get everybody. Get in here and help. Ah, we got people they're stuck. Okay, that's not great. So, get out your sword and start slashing. Keep on hitting. Switch over to your rifle and just start shooting people.
Just say the word.
They're getting attacked from every angle. This isn't good. He's out of his normal spells. I'll have to use one of these. I'm not happy with it. Still got a couple of those left. Yeah, our health is getting a bit low.
Just say the word.
I should have been better with that. I got a bit lax.
Yeah. Right.
So like we're fiddling around in the dark. Crumpled note. This letter is fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Just, I know that temple baths boast great healing properties, and that your back ails you still. I would ask that I would ask that if you are to indulge for the greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for safekeeping. This is not the first time we've been forced to wait to perform the day's rites, and rectrix or barracks often too far below to hear our knocking. Okay. So we have the key. Another book. Now this is nice. Fleet-footed, lockpicks, money, reference scriptures. I thought I read one of the books. 10 Years of Dawn. Yeah, I had read that one. Monsters of the Archipelago, Great Western Stag, Book of Verses, Development of the Crucible Knight. We'll read that one next. Man, there's a lot of lore to read in this game.
I shall be discreet.
Right, let's go. Get the sanctum open and we'll get inside. Can't see anything in this gloom. What the? It's another shadow. Ouch. Yeah, that's not nice. Took a bit of damage. So we're down into the inner depths of the temple now, are we? Lesser black ooze. Okay. Right. No time for holding back. You blast that one. You're going to sprint over there and deal with that black ooze. You're going to shoot this one. You're going to shoot that one. You help deal with this. Then once that's done, everyone focus on this. You get here. Come on. Oh, it's just taking a pounding. Okay, really taking a lot of health damage. Pop her ability. The rest of you guys focus on that guy. Come on. Come on. Get up. Right, everybody's up. Man, that was a nasty fight. Right, someone's leveled up. Let's see what we've got, man. Yeah, that was just not present. The still dark waters reflect are as black as glass.
Leave it to me.
Right, so she's leveled up. 7 points. I'm going to put 1 into survival. Her stealth is okay. Mechanic is what I probably want to do, make sure her mechanics is high enough. And I'll keep it at that. I'm just going to pause and we'll catch up after a second after I've chosen her abilities, as always, folks. Hello, folks. I picked up Veteran's Recovery because this is a useful thing to keep her stamina high. Which means she will regen stamina in combat every 3 seconds. Right, some people's health is starting to get a bit low. Okay, there's a lever here. There's stairs that lead up. Another chamber. It's these guys. Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay. Get here. Like, that one's dead. Excellent. That one's there. Used to... that one on this one. You get over here, knock him on the ground. You switch out to your sword and go to town. You chuck mana about. Right, it's in the red. Be maimed or killed. Okay, that's not great. It's still prone. Beat on it. Right, their boss is down, which is good. Whew. Okay.
Just say the word.
The boss dead, that should be easy. If health reaches 0, the characters will immediately drop. Depending on your difficulty setting, the character will be either maimed or killed. Okay. That's good to know.
Leave it to me.
What's this? Pilgrim's Last Vigil. +1 resolve, +1 perception. The end of the Saints' War and the detonation of the God Hammer Bomb is still mourned by followers of Eothas around the world. While the conflict diminished of Eothas following in the Deerwood, many remained faithful to the God of Dawn and Redemption, confident that he one day rise again. Many fellows make annual pilgrimages to shrines and temples of Eothas, or to what remains of them. On the anniversary of the Saint Wyden's death, the particulars of these vigils vary. In Red Saras, they are often marked by song and by the recitation of Saint Wyden's sermons. In Deerwood, where worshippers of Eothas are often persecuted, such ceremonies may involve standing in respectful silence until sunrise. It is customary for worshippers to wear armour and other articles to commemorate Eothas and his leadership through Wydwen. The helmet bears the sun emblem of Rhodesian army. It's most likely first worn by the soldiers serving in the Saints' War. Okay, so he's probably going to get that. I mean, I can't wear helmets. Just straight up I can't. It's a shame. Because that would be really useful for my character to have. But I like Gwen Ravenheart and her little tales. I am going to camp because my character's health, that character's Durance's health is low, so I'm going to camp. Yep, damage reduction is always good. and the fires grow brightly. Edar, you wake to the sensation of being shaken, and you open your eyes to see Edar standing over you, his hands jostling your shoulders. He looks concerned. Your eyes are heavy and your vision blurred. The vague unease of unremembered nightmares cloud your thoughts. You're not sure if you've slept at all the previous night.
Good. You were kind of thrashing around, eyes rolled back in your head. You were shaking. I'm gonna snap you out of it for a long time now. You're gonna have to get a bucket of cold water. You got those dark circles under your eyes.
You don't seem like you got much rest at night, he says. Not lately. At night these dreams and whispers. Gwen will probably say mind your own business.
Time. Trust me, you don't want that bucket of cold water.
You say so, but you better wake up faster next time. Trust me, you don't want a bucket of water. Yeah, okay. Right, so her nightmares are getting worse. Okay, that's not great news. Yeah. So let's get down here then. What was here? There was something. A screeched metal and the snap noise of a pulled lever.
Just say the word.
Oh boy, okay. What the... oh my, that's a lot of dead priests. Ooh.
Yeah.
I suppose these are the people we're supposed to find, is it? Ugh. Lost spirit. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of standing figure features a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as if you have stepped sideways and into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a wave of circular torchlights. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic in your robes are like foul your steps. And you nearly stumble before a hand reaches to grab your arm and steady you. A fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. You run around and past a shallow reflection pool that makes the lowest point of the temple, following the darkest shape of the oldest priest. They lead the way towards the narrow hall that leads to the vault. You pass one of the torchbearers as you go. The harsh illumination of the flames reveal a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think that Witten had joined you here at the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment and looks past you at someone else. I'll come back once they're gone, he says. You're being pressed along by the crowd. His words are growing faint. Just keep quiet. Don't take any chance. We can't take any chances. Inside the vault, golden relics glimmer like welcoming stars. The memory twists, jarring. You lose from one moment and plunge into another like a flung doll. There's only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded until knowledge settles onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burnt away. You know now, too, with a sickening certainty that nobody is coming. There is a creaking noise somewhere to your left, a wet, slurping gurgle, and a gagging sob. You cannot see, you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear in the faint murmuring to your right the familiar cadence of a prayer, but you no longer recognise the words. You are too tired to harm. The thirst is like a fire within you. Your tongue is thick on your throat, and every breath is a struggle that lifts your strength from you. There is light, they said, at the end of every bout of darkness, but this one does not end. The spirit releases you, and you're welcomed back to yourself in pieces. Your vision clear, the vault around you revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly illumination of the soul, still drifting like fading fog. Fears wafting off the spirit and ways, fraying at your own emotions. I'm sorry, I hope you find peace in the next life. Say nothing. What's to be afraid of? You're already dead. That lying bastard, I see that he pays for this. Get away from me, I've had enough of you. Yeah, let's go with this one. It seems about right. Because literally he said that he wasn't anything to do with this. He was the one that's basically left them down here to die. Get away from me, I've had enough of you. No, yeah, like Gwen Ravenheart is all about vengeance. You feel a lashing coil of anger and fear from the soul before it floats downwards to settle by the remains. It does not move towards you again. No matter how many times I see you staring off at nothing, it doesn't get any less weird. Gather the remains, leave the remains where they are. If we gather them, we still bury them. No, we'll gather the remains. The lost spirit, you spend a few moments gathering up what you find of the bones of the priest. It proves heavy and gruesome and burdened, but you manage to recover them all. Right. When we get upstairs, I am going to beat the living daylights out of Witten. Some of the gold leaf of these relics have chipped away to reveal wood beneath, the tooth marks upon one of the bowls. Oh, poor guy. There are faint scratches upon the brickwork by the door's hinge. The stands rack unsteadily on its base. It seems that the mechanism is broken. So they basically got locked here and couldn't get out.
Can do.
Yeah, that's not a nice way to go. Like they basically starved in here.
It's open in no time. Huh?
Yeah, I mean starved in here, trapped and alone. Gwen's share. A lesser known aspect of the god Eophus, Gwen represents the circular nature of life in the seasons. He is often portrayed as a farmer wielding a scythe. He enjoys popularity amongst more rural fellows of Eophus, who are drawn to her varying identity as provided separate of the dead and defender against injustice. Gwen's shear is said to have been crafted by a distraught Deerwoodian smith after the destruction of his home by a Glenfaffin raiding party. Upon arriving at a neighbouring settlement, the smith immediately set about his work, intending to craft a weapon suited for the righting the wrongs done to his village. Toiling for several weeks, he was able to fasten a heavy flail covered in small sickle-shaped blades, with which he was determined to send any returning invaders to the afterlife. So it's actually that's actually quite good. We got that. He's going to probably have that because that's something he would have. Right. I'll switch that over once we get outside, because that sword of his doesn't work well against spirits.
Just say the word.
Yeah, man, what a nasty way to go. Trapped underground, starved out. Like, I wouldn't be happy about that. I'd want vengeance. Like, he said he was going to come back, and he never did. And he's probably out of fear more than anything else. It wasn't out of because he wasn't able to. Right, so we're back up here, are we? Yeah. As you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from a wall nearby. A door slides open with a gaping rasp of stone. Okay. The candles flicker gently as you approach. There's a gap above the altar lined with broken glass where a mirror may once have been set into the wall.
For a dead god.
The candle's still burning. Not bad for a dead god. What's this all for, you inquire?
Stage. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine.
He winks.
At it so you can face your sins. Then you come out into this room and you uncover your eyes again, and everyone's there to greet you. All your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Idyr's eyes linger on the candles, and he seems for a moment to be a younger man.
For a dead god.
Not bad for it. See, the dialogue is skipping for some reason, I don't know. Just snuff the candles. You reach out to pinch one of the burning wicks. Smoke rises into a thin trail from the candle. Nothing appears to happen.
Looks like.
Made him strong enough to survive time, but not thoughtless, this looks like.
Just say the word.
Yeah, well, the god's dead.
Gone out by now.
It was nice to see those candles. I'd figured they've gone out by now. I don't know why the dialogue is suddenly jumping all over the place. It normally doesn't do this. Alright, let's get back and talk to him. And then I'm going to smack his head in with a brick, because he's not liking this bloke at all. Let's confront him.
Well met, friend.
Witten smiles nervously as you approach. Think I've sorted out the worst of it. Arms hurting a little as he hesitates. You were down there for a while. Did you find anything? Your eyes dark. His eyes dark constantly about the ruins. Something you're nervous about? You inquire sharply. No, of course not. Just never good at lingering around these places, that's all. Witten gives you a searching look. Did you find anything? You'll have to separate them out yourself. It's a bit of a mess. Let's go. You lied to me, declares Gwen sharply. What? Witten grins uncertainly. I will clear... what? Witten grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. There was the risks involved. It's like what it's about. I did say there were spiders, and I'd pay you, of course, for the trouble. You and I both know what I saw down there and what they told me. We can do resolve. You and I both know what I saw down there and what they told me. Might lift water off his feet. I will crack your head in two if you lie to me again. Fine, give me my payment. Let's go. Let's go with might. Yeah. Witten scrabbles fruitlessly in his arms, his eyes wide with shock. Wait, I don't know what you... He inhales sharply, expressing twisting. Maybe I knew where you would find the bodies. Is that it? I'm sorry. Are you going to be a coward forever? Maybe I should go tell Roderick what you've been accusing his people of. Throw him the reins at his feet. You left them down there. Twisting Witten's injured arm. You're not sorry enough. You throw the remains at his feet. You left them down there. The colour drains from Wotton's face. He looks down at the bones, mouth moving soundlessly as he scrabbles for words. You have lost the item, dead priest's bones. How did you? He shakes his head. No, Rederick's men. They did all that. It wasn't me. Resolve. Are you going to be a coward forever? Maybe I should go tell Sir Roderick what you've been accusing his people of. This place is full of shadows, spirits of those you killed. Yeah, let's do that one. That's not his eyes. He eyes you fearfully. I didn't kill them. Right up until the end, You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did every day, every single day. I went to the temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and that Rederick wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they'd shrug it off, like I didn't know what I was talking about, like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I would have been arrested right alongside them. You worked for Rederick. Witten gives a bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in here. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave, they ignored. That rhetoric. She said they'd be reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter. He grimaces. So she got what she wanted, her martyrdom. Rederick ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide. At least they had the vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there. Once the guards left, they have something to sell for passage out of the Deerwood back to Adria. But when I told the men that the priest had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in. Witten shook his head. There was nothing I could do. Idir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organise a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. There were some of the last decent folk left in this hole, and now all we've got left is people like you. You could have spoken up, told Rederick the truth. Why did you send me down there? Seems like the priests brought it on themselves, you worthless bastard. You abandoned them to save your own skin. Yeah, let's go with this one. I told you the way of it, Witten says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. It's not too late for you to make amends. If I ever see you in Gilded Vale again, you're a dead man. You're a coward, Witten, but that's no crying. Give me my money and get out of my way. You escaped justice for a long time, but not today. Let's go with that one, yeah, because this, I mean, to be honest, like, I would want vengeance for this. Like, he could have done something, but he was too much of a coward, so he's got to pay for it. You escaped justice for a long time, but not today, so we've got to hack his head off. Just her. Everybody else, stay back. Get back. Gwen Ravenheart, it's all on you. Cut him down where he stood. Coward. Take the money off his dead corpse, he doesn't deserve it.
Just say the word.
And that's probably affected our personality. I think it made me passionate. Did it make me passionate? Oh, we attacked him. You've lost reputation in Gilded Vale, minor. Activate the Black Path. Okay. Just trying to see what it's probably given me. Moderately good. Yeah. Well, I killed him, so nah. You probably got passionate. That's probably what we picked up. I don't mind the aggressively like aggressively honest, like ruthlessly honest. Like, to be honest, honestly speaking, I wanted him dead. Like, that was a nasty way to go. He could have actually done something, but he didn't. And all those people had to pay for his cowardice. Generation of crafting ingredients occur as you complete quests. Right. So we're back out into the morning sun. Is there anything that's happening? Nothing to report. Okay. Do we want to build anything? I thought we had the main keep finished in just under a day. Okay. Man, that was bleak. Can we enhance anything at least? Right, I'm going to give him that rather than that sword. That sword is cursed. And that's unrealistic, but still. Yeah, his will drops when he's got it, so he can have that, and we'll give him a backup shield. Man, that was a bleak story. Lordy me, that was bleak. So, from what I can for those of you, what basically happened was that he was one of the Lord's soldiers, and he kept on coming to the temple and warning them that the Lord was going to basically use them as scapegoats for what was going on, but none of them listened. So, when they actually turned up, he hid them in the basement, and then the Lord made them seal the place up, and instead of going and getting the locals to get the place open, he pretty much just let them starve to death because he was too scared to get involved anymore.
Found something.
Oh, what's this? Ooh, loose brick. She's full up on stuff, so she can't take any of that. Put that in there.
Just say the
I've
word.
been meaning to check to see if we can enhance anything. That's fully upgraded. I mean, do we want to get the improved? Actually, the improved actually probably would be good, because it means that we could hit a bit more reliably. Yeah, let's get that. Let's enchant that. There we go. So now she's got a fairly, yeah, she's enchanted. The sword isn't great. Like, it's a nice sword. It's a basic great sword. I just wanted it a bit more accurate. Right.
Okay.
Can we enchant any of his stuff? Because you can get good quality armor as well. Actually, that's something. She's just got basic medium chainmail, doesn't she? Make it fine quality, but it's going to take a lot of my money to do that. And I only have one of those. Maybe not. We can get his shield enchanted though. Yeah, it's the same thing though. We don't have the ingredients for it. Right, I'll quickly read another book. and we'll put it in the bag so we can move stuff along. Right, so development of the Crucible Knights Part 1, lower ranks. In recent years, the Knights of the Crucible have evolved into a group, no longer concentrating solely on blacksmithing or combat training. They adjust their focus to helping initiates develop their souls as well as their bodies. From initiation, there's a well-defined path to top of the order. Squires. When a candidate shows significant prowess in blacksmithing, or recently at least a drive and potential, he is accepted into the order as a squire. Once he is part of the order, training begins immediately. Lessons are divided into two main sections: body commanded by Lord Marshal, and soul overseen by the Grand Cruciler. At this point in the progression, the only uniform the squire is allowed is a simple cloth uniform displaying the knight's colours. Novice basically. After scientific training as a squire is given each squire is given a 3-part test. You must repair a broken piece of armour, you must recite the canticles of Abaddon from memory, you must be able to land a blow on a novitiate in combat. He succeeds in all 3 of these tasks. He's promoted to the position of novitiate. At this point, he must give his first official piece of crucible armor a brigandine. Or he's given the first piece of his crucible armor a brigandine. His training now doubles, as only the most valiant of candidates make it through the next level. Justicar and Templus. When a novitiate shows he's ready, decided by his teachers and trainers, he must make a decision. His training advancement from this point on will focus on one of 2 disciplines: the body or soul. Novitiates that choose the body continue military training as a Justicar under the Lord Marshal. Novitiates that choose the soul are given clerical training as a Templus under the Grand Cruciler. Justicars, Templus, newly appointed, is taken through the ritual of the arm. He is given his plate armor and symbol of Abaddon. He is then taken to the smith's forge named after Abaddon and is tasked with forging a small nail out of iron. He affixes the nail to his armor under Abaddon's symbol and will wear it there for the rest of his life as a Knight of the Crucible. At this point, the knight's training is fixed. He either chooses body, that is the path he is until the end of his days. If he chooses the soul, there is no deviation from the course. That is why the choice is only presented after he has been through many months of training. Cool. Those guys sound interesting. They seem to be like a order of, to the god of the forge, probably. I wonder if we'll run into them monsters of the fight. So we've got a few other things to read through still. But man, that was a bleak story.
Just say the word.
Buried alive in a vault. Ugh. Wouldn't want that on my worst enemy. Just kill the dude, don't let him starve to death. Dang. Right, but this is where we're going to end for today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back in contact with you. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.